Are you ready for the big secret to be revealed? It's something that you've probably heard a million times, and I know I heard it a ton when I first started trading. So, this big quote unquote secret is to trade with the trend. But I'm not just going to throw around this comment vaguely because I know when I first started, it was just like, oh, trade with the trend. They would list all the benefits, which there are some great benefits if you can master trading with the trend. But you actually have to know how to trade with the trend. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how, for example, this past month, these past few weeks, you could have quote unquote traded with the trend. It could have helped you out on some trades. Before we get into that, guys, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment and share this video. So how do you trade with the trend and not just vaguely just look at a chart, look at a 1 minute, oh, it's going up, it's going down, I'm going to go to that side, I'm going to go longer, I'm going short. No, how do you actually do it? The way I would do it, the biggest advice I got was look at a bigger trend. So for example, here, we're going to look at last month, the monthly, big time frame. This candle was a big red candle at one point. I knew I probably wanted to go short, but what else on the weekly? This is how I kind of knew more. This was used prior videos. You guys probably heard me discuss this weekly setup that happened. Once this happened, I knew there's a big chance we're gonna go lower. We're gonna break this double bottom. We're gonna fill this gap. So at this point, I know I just really pretty much want to be going short. Yes, sometimes I'm still gonna be going long because honestly, if you're trading with the trend, if you're going to the opposite direction, so if I am short bias, I think the market's gonna go down. I'm not gonna bet on it going up because I have to be very, very precise. You could still be right if it goes up. You get in and out of a trade quick, but it's a lot harder. You could even be in a great long setup, a great setup, and it could still go against you because the overall thesis of the market is going lower. The overall trend of the market is going lower. So I could be in a trade short and have a terrible entry, terrible thesis, but just because the overall trend is to go lower, there's a higher chance, in my opinion. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor, but there's just in my experience, it's a lot easier to be right when you're trading with the bigger picture because you could get bailed out a lot of times, even if you have a terrible entry, terrible thesis. For example, let me just break it down on 15 so you guys can see. Market opens straight down. Obviously, this day was a buy day. Market opens straight down. Market opens straight down. I mean, look at all these days. Obviously, yes, there was some bounce days, some buying pressure some days, but look at how the mornings panned out most of these days. I mean, today, yes, we get that push, and then what happens? Straight down. So if you're using a bigger picture, I'm going to give you guys the benefits. The trading with trend, if you're using the bigger time frame, so how do you do it? You use a bigger time frame. You look at the weekly. Is there a short setup on the weekly that's happening? Is this candle already for the week? Are there some areas that have to get broken down and are we heading for them? Are we looking like we're going to fill those areas? Well, yes, be short till we fill those areas, then reevaluate. That's how I'm looking at it. For example, when I saw this short setup, this big wick, top wick, what am I looking for? I see this double bottom that needs to be broken, this gap that needs to be closed. I'm expecting us to go down there. So on smaller time frames, if I'm day trading, I'm going to be looking short because I'm expecting the market to go lower on a bigger time frame. That's how I am, quote unquote, trading with the trend, which will help me be right more often than being wrong. If I'm trying to go long during this week, it's gonna be really hard. I mean, the candle literally opened and closed. It opened and then just popped up and went straight down the whole week pretty much. And yes, there's points during those days where there's certain buying hours, but I mean, why trade against the trend in my opinion? Obviously, how are you going to know at that point? You just have to kind of take a guess at it. Not a guess, but an educated thesis on it and then go with it. And then obviously you always manage risks. I'll explain that in a later video if you guys don't know about that yet. If you guys don't know that, obviously, guys, create a strategy, trade it on paper. I've discussed this. Watch my previous videos, and I'll explain it a little bit better. But in this video, I'm just talking about trend. So right now, I'll break down what I see right now. It's kind of hard. It's hard to discuss what's going to happen. I see this gap right here that needs to still be filled down here, but we are getting some buying pressure. It's not as clear as it is right here. So I wouldn't be surprised we pop up here and then we fill this gap. So a little push up and then we fill the gap. But honestly, it's a little bit hard because right now we're just in the middle. It wasn't as clean as this. There's going to be moments where it's really clean, and then there's going to be moments where it might consolidate a little bit. So you have to take advantage of when it's really, really clean, and that was clean last month. Now we'll see what happens. Obviously, if you look on the monthly, we just had that big drop, and now we'll see what happens. Obviously, we're setting up. It looked like we were going to wake up, and then we just absolutely fell. So, guys, that's just kind of my video today. I hope you like it. Hope you leave a comment, subscribe, share the video, and have a great day, guys.